The college basketball experience, Purdue Boilermakers 2022-23 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Networks presented by WynnBET. WynnBET's now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBET is what you need to win. Sign up today, bet $100, and get a $100 free bet over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today.
What's up, everybody? This is Cameron Krug from Loyola Chicago Ramblers, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride. Shout out to the Broad Stop. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Woo-wee. Welcome to the college basketball experience. Purdue Boilermakers 2022-23 season preview episode. My name is Colby Swing It Database Dan, a.k.a. Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
Oh, I am always healthy to talk Purdue basketball. Boiler up, people. Let's go. I am joined by my co-host. Give it up for former video coordinator for Bob Huggins at West Virginia University. Give it up for host of the NFL Gambling Podcast, host of the Ryan and Rush Show, my guy Ryan McIntyre. How you doing, Ryan?
Doing good, Colby. Boiler up. Let's talk some boiler hoops.
Oh, man. I mean, Matt Painter entering year 18. Am I really that old? I remember when he took over for Gene Katie. 18 years? Shit, I'm old. Look, he's 384 to 192 in 17 years as the head coach of the Boilermakers. And you look back, he does have this program rolling. They haven't had a losing season since 2013. And just in his tenure, they've only had 3 losing seasons in that entire stretch. He's had what? I'm counting 5 Sweet 16 appearances, 1 Elite 8 appearance. He's made the tournament every single year since 2013-14. He's got it rolling. What do you make of old Matt Painter?
He definitely has it rolling. Like you said, they've made the NCAA tournament every year since 2014. But every Purdue fan is saying, when are we going to take that next step? When are we going to get to the Final Four? So that's a big question in West Lafayette, I think.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm constantly reminded of that Elite 8 run in 2018-19 where they should have beat Virginia. Thought it was a questionable coaching job down the stretch there. But I do think he's got the program rolling. He's done a good job with the program, and he was in Blue Chips. I don't know if you know that, with Nick Nolte. Go see that movie. Youngsters, go check out Blue Chips. Ron Shelton, great writer when it comes to sports. He did what? Bull Durham, White Man Can't Jump, and Blue Chips. Got to check it out. Let's talk about this team though, because a year ago the Boilermakers were 29-8, 14-6 in the conference. Kind of thought they'd make a deeper run, but 15-21 ATS. So gamblers hate Purdue. When it came to last year, they hated Purdue. You were not making money on the Boilermakers unless you were fading them. They were second in the nation in adjusted offense, 93rd in adjusted defense. That was a bit surprising. I feel like Matt Painter coach teams normally aren't that bad defense. I mean, 93rd is not that bad, but I did feel like they weren't as good defensively as years previously, I would say. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but I just felt like watching them that the defense wasn't as good as they traditionally were. They were 5th in the nation in 3-point percentage, 13th in offensive rebounding, 156th in defensive rebounding, 191st in free throw shooting, 237th in pace, 116th in turnover rate. I mean, you look at these numbers, you're like, how did this team not go farther, right?
Yeah, and I'll back up what you said on the defensive side of things. It was their worst defensive team since 2012, statistically. That was the reason why they didn't go farther, is they just weren't very good defensively. I mean, they were as good as anybody offensively, them in Iowa, and they played a classic Big Ten championship that, I mean, the Boilers were on the wrong side of, but hopefully this year they're better defensively and can take that next step in advance in when it comes to March Madness.
Yeah, I mean, that St. Peter's loss is going to haunt my Purdue fans for a long time, but I do think you should have optimism if you're a Purdue basketball fan, because the Big Ten is wide open. It's wide open. I see the odds on Purdue to win plus 700. Look, I know we're going to get to forecasting their incoming and outgoing, and forecasting their starting five, and how look at the at a conference schedule and conference schedule, and project what we think Purdue would do. But I can tell you right now, the Big Ten's wide open. Sprinkle a little bit of that plus 700 on the money line, on them to win the Big Ten. You know what I mean? All right, look, when you look at this team a season ago, they were good, and now it's a bit of a rebuild in a way, because Jaden Ivey was one of the best players in college basketball. He's gone. He's in the NBA. Trevion Williams was really good. He was like a rock at this program, I feel like, for the past 4 years or so, maybe even 5. Sasha Stefanovic was a key role player on this team. And Eric Hunter was a very decent role player for him. He transferred out to Butler in state. Ouch. Losing those 4 guys is a lot to ask. And even Hunter, I feel like, yes, he didn't get as many minutes, and I feel like 2 years ago he was better, but still, it's a key role player, and I think he would have been in a good spot to come back for Purdue this year. But maybe he took it personal. I don't know what happened there, but that's a lot of players to lose. What do you make of all those players that are gone?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, losing a top 5 pick in the draft, Ivy, to where'd he go? Detroit. The Detroit Pistons is obviously a huge blow. He was great at the point for them. Trevion Williams, him and Heide, I know they kind of alternated minutes. They never played them together. So, I mean, they lose some depth in the front court there. But I still think they got enough pieces to make a run at this Big Ten title.
Yeah. One of the best things they did, I thought, was go out and get David Jenkins from Utah. But I kind of remember him more at UNLV than with Utah. I think that's a good get. And I think that's one that could be an underrated get when you look at the portal. And obviously the portal is so crazy in 2022. I mean, if I was to print out the list of portal of the transfer portal in D1 college basketball, we'd be printing from now until when the season tips on November 7th. But I do think that one could be a sneaky good get if he plays to the level that I remember seeing him play at. Besides that, they didn't really go anywhere with the portal. They just brought in 4 freshmen, and I tend to think that it's going to be surprising. I tend to think you're going to see a decent. I know traditionally you do not see a lot of freshmen get a lot of burn, I feel like, at Purdue. This year might be the exception. What do you make of that statement? You think I'm far off, or what do you think?
No, I don't think you're far off at all. I mean, you look at it, they need a point guard right now, and Braden Smith seems to be the guy, so he kind of steps in, and they're going to give him the keys from day number 1, trying to replace Jaden Ivey. So, yeah, no, I think they're going to play freshmen more than they have in the past, and I mean, it helps to surround them with Jenkins, Morton, Gillis, and Heide. I mean, they're all juniors and seniors. So if you are going to play a freshman extensive minutes, it helps to have experience around them. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, you wonder if you might be better off just putting Jenkins at the 1, even though I know it's not his true position, instead of starting a freshman. I think point guard play is so huge in college basketball. Let's forecast what we think the starting 5 will be. But before I do that, let me tell you folks out there that the Purdue Boilermakers 2022-23 season preview on the college basketball experience is presented by WynnBET. WynnBET is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana. Hello. Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. And from boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBET is what you need to win. Sign up today, bet $100, and get a $100 free bet. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. All right. All right, so taking a stab at this thing, I just have a hard time believing they're just going to start Smith. But, I mean, I guess the cupboard's a bit empty at the point guard spot. The only other guy I could think they could do is go Jenkins at the 1. And then you bring what? You go Jenkins, Newman, Morton. I don't know. I get your point of like, hey, this is the freshman, or this is a true point guard here in Braden Smith. So Braden Smith, David Jenkins Jr. at the 2, Ethan Morton at the 3, Mason Gillis is back, and same with Zach Heide. Those two, I like the front court there. Gillis, I actually kind of thought was underrated at times. I know that you could still see, you could have Caleb First in there as well. But Brandon Newman's on the bench, and that's why I wouldn't be surprised is if you saw them go Jenkins at the 1, Newman at the 2, Morton at the 3, Gillis at the 4, Heide at the 5. But maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm intrigued to see Purdue out the gate, even though I think they're playing like Milwaukee or something. I'm eager to see what they go with. What do you think the starting 5 will be?
I think it's what you had: Smith, Jenkins, Morton, Gillis, Heide. I know in their exhibition game they started Loyer instead of Jenkins. But I think Jenkins will start once we start playing meaningful games. You got to take those exhibition games with a grain of salt, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And you got to wonder, maybe he's learning the offense. I don't know. But let's take a look at this schedule and see what we think the Boilermakers will do this year. They open up, like I said, against Milwaukee. Patrick Baldwin Jr. is not there anymore. He was only there for like a cup of coffee, if even that. He just got the smell of the coffee and said, you know what, I'm out of here. Who knows what to expect there? They have a new head coach. That should be a win, correct?
Yep, Boiler up.
Then, folks, if you're listening to this and you're wondering, look, Ryan McIntyre here was once a governor himself. He was part of that staff. So Austin P, maybe we take them with the points in West Lafayette on Friday, November 11th.
Yeah, we'll preview that game next week. I'll take the Governors with the points, but I'll take the Boilers get by the Governors.
Yeah. Then they get the Gavitt games. And folks, remember, once the season tips, we'll be here every single night handicapping every single Division I basketball game. So we've been doing this shit for years. Subscribe, College Basketball Experience. We're on YouTube at youtube.com/The College Experience. Gavitt games, Tuesday, November 15th. Marquette, Shaka Smart come to Mackey Arena. I got Purdue starting out 3-0. You?
Yep, and we all know that place will be absolutely lit for Marquette.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. That'll be a fun game. Then the Phil Knight Legacy tournament going on in Portland, Oregon. This game's on ESPN2, and they open up against your boys. Not going to ask you to pick this game, but I think it's an intriguing matchup. But I'll have you know, I'm going with your boys. Give me West Virginia.
Going with the Mountaineers. Hey, 10 o'clock Eastern tip, 7 o'clock your time on Thanksgiving night. What a way to spend Thanksgiving. It's
true. I don't know how I'm going to convince the wife. I just got to think about these things. You know what I mean? Because you got a lot of games going, a lot of great games on Thanksgiving. What can I do to tell her, hey, can you go to the store? I forgot to get the turkey. You know what I mean? Something. So she's got to go to the store or something for it, but even the stores close a little early, I feel like. I don't know. I'm going Dub V. I think they're going to be 3-1. 3-1, then they get Gonzaga or Portland State. If they lose to Dub V, it'll be Portland State. I'll put them at 4-1. Then on Sunday, November 27th, they'll play a third team there. We don't know who it will be, but what are you going to do? 2-1, 1-2 in this tournament?
See, this is hard because it would either be probably Florida or Xavier. So either way, you're playing a quality opponent here.
They can beat Florida. And I mean, they could do both, but I think specifically, I think they have a better chance of beating Florida than Xavier. But Miller might be suspended for that tournament. I don't know. I'll go 2-1. They're gonna be 2-1 in the Phil Knight Invitational.
I like it. I'll go 2-1 as well.
So that would put them at 5-1. Then they have the ACC Big Ten Challenge on November 30th. They head to Tallahassee. This game's on ESPN2. I got Florida State here, though. I think Florida State's going to be a little bit better this year than we think.
Yeah, talk about a game with some size here. Florida State and Purdue matching up. Two of the better front courts. I'm going to take the Seminoles because they're at home.
Yeah, if it was in Mackey Arena, I would take Purdue. So that would put us at what? That is 5-2.
5-2. Yep, 5-2
through the first month, and then they get the early a couple little sprinkles of Big Ten games. They get Minnesota coming into West Lafayette. This is Big Ten Network, but I got them beating Minnesota. I don't know that Minnesota's there. I think Ben Johnson's doing a decent job, but I don't think they're there yet.
Yep,
you?
I'm with you. Boiler up here.
Yeah, 6-2. Now this is one to circle. This is Elf Night. Wednesday, December 7th. Remember to dress like an elf. It's a food drive. All right. It's a great way to get laid. Big Ten Plus. This is an interesting game because I kind of like Speedy Claxton's Hofstra team. I kind of think this is a team that could be. I mean, I'm taking Purdue, but watch out. That's a sneaky game. What are you doing here?
Well, yeah, it's definitely a sneaky game, too, because it's in between two Big Ten games, Minnesota and then Nebraska's on deck. I think they get by, but like you said, watch out on Elf Night.
Elf Night, I'm going to take the points with Hofstra pride. Yeah. Then they head to Lincoln, Nebraska. Fred Hoiberg's got just a gigantically long leash in Lincoln. Trev Alberts, the AD, saying, hey, dude, you got another year. It's nice when you're a football school, but I guess are they even anymore? I got them winning in Lincoln. You?
Yeah, I think Nebraska's going to be all right this year, but I think Purdue to catch them this early is better, so I'll take Purdue here as well.
I mean, that puts us at what, 8-2?
8-2, they're rolling. Then
the Indy Classic in Indianapolis against Davidson. Bob McKillop's gone, but it's still the McKillop name riding in there. Davidson got hit a little bit in the portal. I think Purdue gets this one. I got them 9-2.
Same. So did they change this? I don't remember Davidson playing in this usually. Isn't it usually Purdue, Notre Dame?
Yeah, I don't know how the hell Davidson
Butler. Yeah, how is Davidson a part of the Indy Classic? They're in North Carolina.
I do not know, but hey, it's a good game. I'll watch.
Yeah. We'll take it Saturday, December the 17th. But yeah, Boiler up again.
So 9-2. Then they get the New Orleans coming to town on ESPNU on Wednesday, December 21st. 10-2. Let's go.
Yep.
Then Florida A&M on December 29th after Christmas. 11-2.
Yeah, no, I mean, they round out the new year 11-2. Florida A&M, they don't have enough to keep up with the Boilers.
I mean, if you're 11-2 heading into the conference play, you got to be very happy with the season, I think.
Yeah, no doubt, especially headed into Big Ten play. You put yourself in a great position to get a really good seed come Selection Sunday, I think.
Yeah, let's talk about the conference play. But before I do that, I want to get us paid one more time. I want to tell you that, look, we're on YouTube. Yeah, and by the way, subscribe to the College Football Experience. Purdue's still alive to win the Big Ten West. We talk college football year-round on that podcast. We talk college basketball year-round on this podcast. We come together as one on YouTube, youtube.com/The College Experience. Subscribe, tell a friend, and look, the thing that started for us all here at SGPN, say 11 years ago, was the Sports Gambling Podcast. They're still out there. We're still doing it, but this was the gateway to all of our podcasts. So, Sports Gambling Podcast is on YouTube. We want you to subscribe because they're giving you a chance to win your choice of either an autographed Lawrence Taylor jersey or an autographed Brian Dawkins jersey. The contest is completely free to enter, and all you have to do is subscribe to youtube.com/Sports Gambling Podcast and comment on a video. Each video is a new chance to win, so just keep leaving comments. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss SGP contacting you when they pull the winner. The winner will be announced on Sunday's recap show. So let's go. Get it going. Get a free jersey. What are you doing, folks? All right, we're back talking Boilermaker basketball and conference play. We're not going to go through every game. Injuries could happen. We have no idea. Let's just go through what's the toughest stretch of what's the toughest 3-game stretch you think of the season, and that stretch that, what do you think Purdue can go and get some high caliber wins? I know a couple that stand out to me, including a late run there. What do you think the toughest 3-game stretch is? I'm curious if it's the same as mine.
Yeah, I see a couple candidates, but I got to go to the last 3 games of the year. And I feel like I've said this on each of the Big Ten podcasts so far. So go check out those episodes as well. This Big Ten is wide open with Indiana, who they're going to play on February 25th. And then Wisconsin is going to be in the mix March 2nd. And then Illinois to end it out in Big Ten play March the 5th. I think all 3 are going to be right there to win the Big Ten with Purdue. So it's going to settle itself those last couple weeks in the Big Ten. So that would be my 3-game stretch.
You picked the same 3-game stretch as myself. So we did see eye to eye there. Yeah, I mean, the only other one you could make a case for is maybe the front end of that, at Maryland, home to Ohio State, then home to Indiana.
Yeah.
But I still think the home to Indiana, at Wisconsin, home to Illinois, you could steal a lot of key wins there. I think all those teams will beat tournament teams. Love that stretch. All right, so let's get to it then. Where do you got the Boilermakers finishing in the Big Ten?
So I had Indiana winning the Big Ten. So I know that's
Ouch.
not gonna. I know. Purdue fans do not like hearing that. But good news, Boilers. I got you guys second.
I got you guys first, Boilermaker fans. All right. So look, I know you don't have a microphone in front of your face, Boilermaker fans. So I'll say it. Fuck you. The Boilermakers are gonna get it done. And I cannot wait for the season. How about this? What's the ceiling NCAA tournament? Can this be another Elite 8 team?
Yeah, I think so. Especially if they can get the right draw. So
best case scenario, Elite 8. What do you think?
Yeah, Elite 8. I don't see this being a Final Four. This isn't one of his more talented teams, but he seems to do better when he doesn't have as much talent.
True. And so what about this worst case scenario? First round exit again?
Yeah, another first round exit to like a Little Rock. So I know that too. I don't want to throw darts at the Boiler.
Folks, subscribe to the College Basketball Experience. Like I said, the season tips November 7th, and me and Ryan will be there starting November 6th. Every single night of the season, talking best bets, talking our locks. We will handicap like we've done every year for the past 5 years, over 5 years, shit. Every single game. We will cover the spread, but also, we're college basketball junkies. We're not only just gambling experts, we're junkies. So besides the gambling aspect of it, we'll highlight what are the best matchups. What are we looking forward to? The conference races of all these conferences. So check us out, subscribe, tell a friend, check out the College Football Experience podcast as well. Boilermakers still alive. Let's go. Boiler up, baby. And check out, remember, youtube.com/the college experience. Subscribe. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. Check out all of Ryan's work. He hosts the Ryan and Rush Show. He's also the host of the NFL Gambling Podcast. He was just on the episode of the Sports Gambling Podcast. So go check out all of those episodes and give him a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at DColbyD. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Give us a follow and look, please, if you can. Get over to iTunes. Give us a one star. Give us one comment. 5-star. 5-star. If you want to do a 1-star, do it. Don't be a pussy. No, give us a 5-star review, please, if you can. I messed that up, but hey, he did call for Indiana to win, so maybe you're thinking about doing a 1-star. But remember that I said fuck you, and I picked Purdue to win the Big Ten. So why don't you give me the 5-star treatment then? And all right, folks, cannot wait for the season. Oh, I'm eager to see that starting 5 against Milwaukee there. So season's right around the corner. It's the best time of year. This is the college basketball experience, Purdue Boilermaker style. You better start thinking about yours, and we out of here.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, this is a great way to get started. And I haven't even won all my games yet. It's a great night to be a Tiger. I'm here with my family. What the fuck did I do wrong, Tom? It's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off. Damn sick and tired of getting out rebounded. 25 offensive rebounds. First time in Blanco we get called for it. Damn Blanco. Yeah, he felt like shit afterwards. Everybody throwing his shit out. He worked his ass off. And you hung into the best coach.
Good round, you're celebrating with your appetite. Bad round, you're using your appetite to forget about the round. I'll tell you something about appetite. It's a real fucking great thing to have.